Welcome, everybody, to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction to Demon Slayer Episode 5. What happened last time?
Last time he faced that crazy green monstrosity that was apparently
50 years old.
50 years of devouring this. Anytime he saw someone with one of those masks, he would be like, yep, I'm gonna kill them.
He counted 14. Yeah, I don't... So, a question I had. Gyu Tomioka referred Tanjiro to Urokodaki.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure... That must mean that he wasn't trained by him.
Or else he would be dead. Unless he was trained by him, like, previously.
So is he more than 50 years old? There's some interesting stuff there.
Maybe.
I don't know what the deal with that is. I'm just wondering about that. No spoilers in the comments, please. But yeah, we're going to get right into this. Going to see what happens. He just used his water-breathing technique to slice off the guy's head, using the same maneuver that Sabito failed at before, in the exact same motion, but he was just strong enough to pull it off.
And he has his, like, thread.
The thread that, like, is sort of like, you sort of feel that this is the right time. It's just, the way, the visual metaphors in the show are so far incredible. I've seen the show. I've seen up to episode 14, as we found out. So after that, I don't know what's going to happen. I know kind of what happened, what has happened. I wasn't super into the show when I first watched it. I'm just giving this diatribe because I haven't said it in a couple episodes. But now on the rewatch, just like with ReZero, I'm liking it a lot more as we're like rewatching it, especially in this format. So my tastes are developing along the way, and I'm really glad to be rewatching because I'm definitely really loving the show right now. It's super fun to watch. And we have this new format. I know some people aren't a huge fan, but we're just going to stick with it just because it's safe. And Demon Slayer is bad for copyright, so we're doing a uncut here on YouTube. And there's a very short reaction highlight in the description. If you want to go check that out, you can. But we encourage you to stay here on YouTube because the more people click away from our video to watch the reaction highlight, the less YouTube recommends us to other people. So it's just better if you guys want to watch our reaction. We hope you stay. If you're watching on a phone or if you just want to watch the reaction highlight, it is there for your convenience, but we appreciate everyone who watches it here.
If you do that, make sure to come back for the discussion. We'd really appreciate it. We try to put a lot of effort into our discussions and our thoughts about these shows. So if you're on a phone or whatever and you want to go watch the highlight in the description,
we
would really appreciate if you came back and listened to our discussion.
Indeed. With that, we're going to get into this uncut reaction of Demon Slayer. Hope you check out we got a Patreon backup channel, Instagram, Teespring in the description. You can get early on this show and many others on our Patreon, but we're just going to get right into this. Hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you syncing up your Crunchyroll. That's where we're watching this on. Support the official release. This is not a, well, I guess the reaction highlight in the description. None of our videos are meant to provide you with a free copy of watching the show. We are providing our reaction, our review, and our viewpoints on the show. This is not a substitute for watching the actual show, which is why we're asking you to go over on Crunchyroll, sync up your footage, and I'm going to count down from 5, and then on play, I will hit play. So this is a test. I will say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play, and then on play, I will hit play. So let's get in to Demon Slayer Episode 5. So 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Holy shit. Hype as fuck. Opening time. And yeah, we don't, obviously, even if this wasn't an uncut, we'd still be watching the OP. But we don't skip OPs or EDs most of the time, anyway.
I did just want to say, I know we complain a lot in Naruto. I'll say this again in the discussion, but we always are like, oh, this such long intro of what just happened last episode. We obviously know what happened last episode. In this show, they include just enough of it, and it was just the very end of what happened in last episode. So it reminds you, but it doesn't give you too much. And then it's the opening, and then it's straight into the episode. I really like that.
I agree. Yeah, and somebody in the comments said that it's worth it to do like double headphones during like crazy scenes because the sound design, and they're right, the sound design like for left and right, they pay attention a lot to direction, and there's a lot of hints in like the sound design. Oh shit. Flashback. Oh, never mind. Not a flashback. I thought that was Tanjiro's mom. Rokudaki.
Oh, is this the flashback of that guy getting like captured?
Captured, maybe.
Yeah. I bet it is. He has the same creepy eyes.
Mm-hmm. Rokudaki's got hair. Looks so fucking badass. Oh, it's the same technique. That's crazy.
Damn.
And he's wearing the same jacket. I forgot about that. Well.
What did you expect?
Oh, his little brother? Or is that might just be him? Oh, I think it's him.
That's interesting.
Wait. he still has hair, but it's not long anymore. The trees look so good.
Oh.
He's reached the edge. Because these, like, the demons hate these things.
Is he allowed to leave yet?
No. I don't think so. Maybe.
Unless it has already.
It's a week, yeah. So maybe it has been,
Oh,
like,
yeah, I guess.
holy fuck, 4. 4 people. Well. Creepy fucking twins. Their eyes are so fucked looking.
Uniforms. Yeah, I'm never gonna remember that.
I think those are all referring to, like, different elements, but I don't know.
Choose the ore for your swords. Are they taking their clothes? Oh. I thought they were, like, ripping their other stuff. They were like, you don't get this anymore.
Gets a sparrow? Guy's a prick. Dude.
She just kills him.
Ouch.
Did he actually break it?
Probably fucked him up. Oh. I like this. This is pretty cool.
And you don't know what it's gonna...
They wouldn't let you choose a bad or is the other thing.
Oh, a little scarf. Is that the girl's one? Or is that his?
I don't know. Oh, it's somebody else's. It's good that only 4?
Was that like the leader, maybe?
The unknown leader. Maybe. True. Nezuko's just probably still sleeping. sleeping up a storm. And he's probably like fucked up after that.
It has to like walk all the way back. Did they wait there and he got a new sword, or are they gonna like send it to him or something?
I think they send it to him. Because it takes 15 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think he waited. He looks like he's pretty fresh. What if he was just at the end of the path? Or I guess he kind of is. He made it back. The first one to make it back.
Oh, he's crying.
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's so awesome. Demon blood art. Supernatural abilities. Whatchamacallit? She's like a vegetarian.
She's like the opposite of a plant. She doesn't need the sun. She needs to like rest in complete darkness.
I wonder why people wear the bells on those hats. Is it to not scare people when you're like walking into their town, and even though you end up looking way more creepy.
Those are actually really cool bells. They're really cute.
I think that's Daisuke Ono. That's Jotaro, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong.
Closest to the sun.
Scarlet, crimson, iron, sand, and ore.
Oh, they absorb sunlight. Oh, that's so cool.
That's actually pretty interesting. Mount Yoko. Child of brightness. The son of Tanjiro and Kie.
Oh, his hair and eyes are red?
Works with fire. He did work with fire. They were charcoal burners. This fucking weirdo.
Black.
He's the Black Ranger.
Don't come at me. I'm the one holding the sword here, buddy.
37-year-old.
That's pretty cool.
First mission. The music is so good. Looks like they're on a date.
Oh, shit.
She's just gone. Oh, the music. That cross guard is really cool. Dang. I think that's his dad. Oh, Taisho Secret.
Yeah, this thing. Pikachu be like...
Alrighty. What an incredible show this is. It's so good. Like, it's actually so fucking good. I don't see a single thing wrong with that fucking episode. You know? Like, I'm trying to point out flaws. I can't find them.
See, like I said at, like, the beginning, like, I guess we can just start from the beginning, but, like I said, in other shows, when they do a fucking recap at the beginning, it's old. Like, you've already seen it. You don't care. They show way more than they need to, or, like, bits and pieces from various points to, like, remind you of, like, a full recap. In this one, it seems like they just take the last little bit and then, like, continue on the story from there. It's not, like, they just do it so well, and they put the opening in between so that you, like, watch the tiny little recap that to, like, be like, okay, this is what happened, and then you get in, then it's like the opening and you get all hyped up, and then you watch the show. It's like
a 30-second the most epic climactic scene of the episode, and then it's the opening, which is super hype. And by the way, incredible opening. The ending song could be an opening. I would have expected that to be opening number 2.
Maybe I'm dumb. Did they change the opening this episode? No? Okay, maybe I just, like, noticed different things.
What did you notice?
I just thought it was different. I don't know why.
No, yeah, it's the exact same. Ugh. But, I wanted, since they were talking about the Child of Brightness...
Yeah, that's interesting.
So there's the one scene of his dad at near, like, around here in the ending. Like, middle around there of the ending after this one, I think. It's like a family that works with fire or something. And he's like charcoal burning, but that's his dad. And then here's baby Tanjiro. And I think Nezuko on their mom's back. And he's like doing a dance of some kind in this crazy ceremonial robes. With a mask on. I don't know what the mask says. I think it just says fire, fire. I think that those are like the symbol for fire doubled. So I don't know what, or I might be wrong, but I think that's what that says. And yeah, so he's doing like some kind of like ceremonial dance of some sort, and they're charcoal burners. So it makes sense that like obviously they work with fire, but this seems like a little bit more than that. Like I don't know what that scepter he's holding is. It's just so cool. I don't think I paid attention to all the lore drop in this episode. First of all, the first thing that I wrote down was if I died, I would have come back there too. Because he was talking about all of the past students of Urokodaki. Yeah. And how, like, oh, you're probably going back home. And then he thought back to Urokodaki. And he was just like, yeah, that person you love so much, that meant everything to you. If I died here, I probably would have gone back there too. So he's saying, like, this is my new home. This is my new family. You know, it's so cool. It's such a subtle and nice way of putting that. Really cool. Do you have any notes you want to go over?
I was wondering, I couldn't quite tell what was going on during, like, when he cut off the guy's head, but he was taking a while to dissipate because he was such an absolute unit. Yeah. He was taking a while to, like, burn up. And he was, like, reliving his, like, moments as he, like, just turned into a demon, I guess. And I couldn't tell if, like, Tanjiro could, like, sense that as well, or if he just has more compassion towards demons.
I think that's what it is, because of his sister. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think he recognizes more than anyone else that there's a humanity there, and he could see it in those last moments that there was, like, a fear and, you know, a humanity going on there. It's not just instinct and bloodlust. I think that's what it is. I don't think he could see into that at all.
Okay. I was just wondering that because there has been, like, several instances of him, like, either seeing legit, like, ghosts in real life or, like, his dead brother, like, basically being, like, go. So I couldn't quite tell with that one.
Maybe they're related. I think they're related. I think those things are related. Like, it's not like he might not have like a supernatural, ooh, I'm a spirit boy. I mean, he is like a child of brightness, whatever that means. But or was that what they said? Child of brightness? Was that the actual?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether or not that it's connected to that, I don't know. But like, he might just be a very empathetic. You know, he is in tune with the things around him. He's very woke, so to speak. He can feel a connection with other people. He can see their humanity. He can he's a lot more awakened and humble. He's a very humble guy. Like, you know, he's just a very good person in general, and maybe that has like some sort of spiritual significance because he's maybe a little bit more spiritually enlightened than like the average person, having grown up in the woods and, you know, all the things that are involved with him. I think that's what the deal is there. I think that those things are connected, though. The fact that he can like seems to have some sort of affinity for spiritual shit, and he can like feel other people's pain, even if they're like murderous and horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got so they're starting. There's 10 ranks. There's no way I could ever remember all of those.
They seem to be related to elements somehow, because the first one was like Mizunoto or
Mizunoto. So
Mizu means water, and then there was the other one that I remember is Tsuchi. Tsuchi means stone.
Oh.
So I think that those are all different elements or something, but I don't know what the second part means. I can only guess at that. I have no idea, but yeah. So those are related to that in some way. What's the last one? I might recognize if I saw it again. Maybe I shouldn't look for it because it's kind of a fucking pain with Crunchyroll's whole thing here. Maybe I won't look for it anyway. Anything else you want to talk about?
I want to say that, like, choosing the ore for the sword...
That's so cool.
...is a really cool touch. And he, like, smelled his out, basically, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, they wouldn't give you a shit-tier ore. Like, it's all different... It might be different, like, compounds of ore and stone and stuff like that that is found on that mountain. But it has to be from that mountain because it's, like... That's what gives it the properties to kill demons.
That's also really cool because
that's such a cool explanation.
Before I was like, okay, is there only a certain number of these swords? How do they make these swords? Why don't they just give these swords to everyone as like just to have around in case a demon comes? Like,
I'm just gonna say right now, I didn't remember that, and the more we're watching, the more I realize that I was just a complete fucking moron when I was watching this the first time. Because, like, that is such a cool explanation for a magical weapon.
That demons can't handle sunlight, so the swords are literally 100% saturated in sunlight.
Because it's from a mountain that is the highest,
that is in the sun 24/7. Like, that's so cool.
That's such a cool way to, like, explain that.
Instead of like, oh, there's just this magic material that we found for no reason. And
deep beneath the surface of the earth or whatever the fuck, like.
Or I thought it was maybe gonna be like in Game of Thrones, how they're like...
Valyrian steel.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know how to make this anymore.
Yeah.
So... we only have a limited number and only certain people can have it.
I would have accepted that too.
I would have accepted it, but this is so much cooler.
This is so much cooler and unique to the series because, like, yeah, I like Valyrian steel. I won't go on too much of a tangent, but it's a cool idea that, like, it's this ancient material that was like forged long ago, and the more you know about Valyria and how that whole thing came together and worked, and how they use dragon magic and the dragons, like, they bend them to the will. And Valyria was around the 14 Flames, I think they were called, the volcanoes, and it was like volcanic material that formed. It was like concentrated into this sword or into this metal compound. So that it kind of works with that, but this is a way more simple, yet also like mystical.
Detailed,
and
like instead of just like, oh, it's a lost art of this, it's like, no. They could have said that and it would still be cool and mysterious, but it's like we know exactly how, like, where it comes from, we saw the guy who literally forged the sword. He was a weirdo. Like, you don't. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily. It's not a total mystery.
Yeah.
It's like actually laid out 100% right in front of you.
And there's still room
but it's still
for
so
it.
cool.
And there's still room for them to expand upon that in the future. But it's like they're not trying to like, oh, we don't know how these are made. Like that would be so...
We already don't know their leader.
Yeah.
So like then another mystery would be like...
Are you just gonna shroud everything in mystery because you don't want to like commit to like one explanation for the rest of the series? No, they clearly thought about the explanation and just gave it to us rather than saying, oh, maybe the swords are a mystery. Maybe later in the series we'll find out how they work. Mm-hmm. And they say there's legends say that blah 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 blah, and then that's like fucked with later on in retconned or whatever. Like, no, they said it. That's how it works. It's a simple explanation, but it has so much, like, you know that they thought about how this would work. Mm-hmm. You know?
And you could just, like, imagine, like, a mountain that's in the sun
above the clouds
24/7 to the point that it's, like, been so infused with sunlight that even a weapon forged out of the material carries the sunlight inside of it.
Yeah. And
it changes color depending on the person who's wielding it. Like, that's just like a really cool...
And it's kind of it's what I guess what I like about it most is because it's in this series. Like, if it was in Game of Thrones, it would be cool, but it wouldn't match well. And I think the reason why that explanation works so well for this series is because, okay, this is going to get weird the way I explain this. I don't know if I'll be able to explain it very well. But, like, so it's both, like, a magical thing, but also, like, seated in reality, you know? Like, the way that the demons work is the exact same way. The way that the demons are instinctual, but they have that humanity in them. It's like, it's this magic, like, up front, it's all magic, but beneath it, there's, like, some realism there, or, like, something within it that is... not fully, this is magic, these are demons, this is, like, it's all the work of gods and devils and forces beyond our recognition. Like, no, there's a reasonable explanation to this seemingly magical phenomenon, but it's not so, like, reasonable and logical that it completely negates any sort of wonder from it, and it allows things like the humanity of the demons to show through, or the fact that these were forged by a guy, the swords were
by like a weirdo guy.
Yeah. Like, you know, it treads that line between like completely high fantasy and like realism really well, and it manages to get the best of both worlds with these type of explanations and with the way that it explores all this shit. Like, there's a commonality there, and it's a thread that's running through more than just one thing. Like, it's a commonality amongst multiple
I was just gonna say that it's like
parts.
almost like the style as well of like these like characters that look like stickers almost, or like very like not realistic looking at all, and then like these like very like gruesome events or like beautiful background. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's like this show...
You're saying like every 5 seconds.
I feel that this show is doing so many things right. I feel like this is actually a show that is worth the hype.
Yeah.
I was hesitant about watching the show when Carson told me about it. First of all, because he said that he didn't like it. And he's like...
I thought you would like it more.
I know you said you thought I would like it more, but I haven't seen as many anime, so I was just like, oh, it's... And you were saying it's very hyped up. We watched Tower of God, which was also very hyped up.
And it sort of targeted the same fan base.
And I was like, okay, maybe I'll like it, or maybe it's just going to be like Tower of God, where it's really hyped up, but some things are missing, and people just don't notice, because when you're... like, all aboard the hype train going week to week watching a show, I think a lot of people let certain things pass them by and don't think about it. But this show, I literally haven't seen a single flaw with it in terms of, like, story, animation, design, like,
pacing,
anything, everything is
the only flaw, and it's kind of a necessary consequence of the style that they're going with, so I forgive it. But the only flaw is like the sometimes the CG. Sometimes it's noticeable. I barely even... The crow, when it was flying in, I noticed that. But as far, like, compared to what the show could be and to other shows, like its other contemporaries, it's way ahead for sure. And when Tanjiro was running through the woods when he was like dodging all the traps, there were times where it was like, okay, that's clearly a CG model and it's not moving the same way as like the other 2D animation. Those were like the only things that that I've really been able to pull out and be like, maybe not that. Like maybe if you did something else,
but it's like so infrequent that it's even like noticeable. And
I forgive it because the fact that they're using CG like that allows them to make a very beautiful show and blend CG and 2D in a way. So it's totally forgivable that, you know, sometimes things look a little bit wonky or whatever. It's a consequence of the style they're going with, and the style they're going with is really unique and really fucking great because it's UFO Table. So there you go.
Yeah, a couple more things about the story. They get crows and they can talk.
Yeah.
But except that one guy got a sparrow.
I don't know what the deal with that is.
This guy seems like he's just the biggest meme of all time. He's like Ron Weasley out here, just like
actually
complaining, getting like Harry gets an owl, he gets a rat. He gets a hand-me-down rat that's actually an old man. Like, but
yeah, I wonder why they gave him a sparrow because they called him crows. Like, but he's like, crow? What? This is a
he's
fucking
like a sparrow. He just gets the short end of the stick. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna die anyway, who even cares?
So good.
I can't wait till we see more of him instead of him just, like, complaining or, like, getting a sparrow instead of a crow.
Yeah.
That other girl seems really interesting. I hope we see her again. She seemed pretty just chill. She's like, alright, this is my crow.
Yeah.
Hello, little guy. And then this other guy, absolute psycho. I kind of hope we don't see him again.
They're all in the opening. Even her.
I think we're probably going to see especially him again. Being
shithead?
All... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just because he was making such a scene and he's, like, really violent. I feel like he would be a good...
Although he has a scar on his face and, like... He's super eager to get the sword that allows him to kill demons.
Yeah,
so
he's like the Sasuke.
Well, he probably has some sort of tragedy similar to Tanjiro, where he had like his family or his village or something was completely ravaged by a fucking demon. And he has like lived with that, but instead of Tanjiro where he's like, I need to make things better, I need to help myself and my sister lead a normal life, I need to stop this from happening to other people and try to get my sister back to normal. I will become a demon slayer to meet my goals. This guy is like, I need to find that motherfucker and do the worst things possible. And if you guys have the sword, give me that fucking sword right now. I don't care about your stupid organization. I got my training. Now I'm getting my sword. Fuck you. Give me my shit. I'm out of here. So, like, he'll do whatever he takes. It seems like this is all inference. It seems like he's doing whatever it takes for him to, like, get his goals, but it's not in a, like, you know, I want to move forward.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to get to the end. Fuck you.
I guess what I'm saying is it would be... I don't know if this show's going to do that, but it would be the perfect setup. It's seemingly the perfect setup for, like, a difference of ideals. Is that the right word? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, a difference in way of handling things, in way of an outlook.
Philosophy? Yeah,
philosophy, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, a lot of shows go for that sort of, where
duality.
There's, like, a moment of, like, characters that aren't necessarily, well, maybe they're, like, rivals, not necessarily enemies.
Yeah.
And then their fight is not really about, like, oh, we're gonna kill each other. It's about, I think this way and you think that way, and I'm gonna try and change the way you think. So that would be interesting. I don't know if they'll do that or not. That's just a thought.
Perhaps, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see. I think that's entirely possible because that's like a very classic way of doing things, and this seems like the classic shonen or like hero's journey type thing reimagined. That's sort of what the point of the show is. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but like they don't seem to have conflicting goals. Like if my inference on this dude's character is correct, they don't have conflicting goals, so they're not like fighting for one position that they both want.
Yeah, that's true.
So like unless they both want to kill the same demon, maybe.
Or unless, like, because there's 10 ranks, maybe only certain numbers can be certain ranks, or...
But at this moment, Tanjiro doesn't want to get ranked.
That's true,
like, he doesn't really care about the rank. Maybe, like, who knows? Maybe their paths will cross again and they'll want the same thing, or what they want will be at odds with each other, and they'll have to like stop each other,
or maybe he'll just stop being a character, or like,
or maybe who knows?
Who knows? I was just throwing ideas out there because I'm really excited about this show, and I wish we could binge it right now, but we can't.
But we
can't.
We
need to edit it.
Well, we can make time for it to binge it. We're going to, because this is fucking great. So by the way, for all you people who are like sticking with this show and like us watching it and enjoying it despite that's not our normal format, thank you so much. Hope you've been enjoying the uncut reactions and sticking with us for the discussion. The few people who do watch these seem to watch like way longer, so we really appreciate you guys watching and sticking with us. But yeah, anything else you want to say? Any more points you want to get to before we go?
No, I'm just excited.
I'm excited
what's
too.
Coming next.
I'm so excited that I was wrong about this show. Like, that's the thing. I talk shit about shows a lot and I point out a lot of flaws, but this is exactly what I want to happen. When I have a certain predisposed notion or doubts or fears about a show turning shitty, or like things that kind of irk me about this or that, this is the kind of shit that I like, where I can complain or like see the worst in something and then be proven completely fucking wrong. I love that. I don't like being right about shows being shit. I don't care about looking smart or anything. The reason I point things out is because I like to notice when something is good, like this. So knowing what makes things good also means that you know what makes things bad. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing and a curse to like think about shit this much. But I don't like not enjoying shit. I want it to be like this. I want to be proven wrong so that I can enjoy a beautiful and thrilling fucking show like this. This is awesome. I'm so excited to get into the next episodes. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you check out our Patreon. You can see the next one on Patreon. If things are better than they just were, we just had this whole debacle with our computer and everything. Thank you guys for sticking through that with us and being patient for this video. This came out a little bit late, and so did Konosuba yesterday. But thank you guys so much, and thank you for your support. For everyone on YouTube, we hope you guys enjoyed this reaction, and hope you check out our Patreon to get a week ahead and see the next reaction on Patreon right now. Other than that, check out our backup channel to subscribe just in case we get a copyright strike. Got a Teespring with some merch, like the shirt that Lindsay's wearing right now, and mugs and stickers as well. And we also have an Instagram, Applecast Media. We're going to try posting to that more. If you want, you can be one of the exclusive 200 people who are currently following that Instagram, Boldcast Media, and get some exclusive content that nobody else gets, and it's just for you. So check out all the links in the description. Stay tuned for next episode, and hope you subscribe to the channel, because it really helps us out when you guys subscribe and comment and like these videos. Thank you so much. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And we'll see you next one. Bye-bye. And thank you so much to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Zenge,
Rising 80,
John Ortega,
Nicholas Teo,
Aurora,
Iwan Pulgar,
Lewis,
Yeet,
Gentleman,
Christian Ave,
Mozart Waddle,
Nelson Barbosa,
Jan Carlisle Vincent,
Kage Uzumaki,
Xavier Rhodes,
Chao Lao,
Brian,
Haruto Yuzuki,
Handicap Bankai. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.